Can anyone hear me or see me right now? I think it's working now. Let's hope it is. Uh, I think it is. All right. Well, welcome. Great. Good to hear. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the channel. I think you're the first one here tonight. Glad to see you here. I will be running a lot of trains, all in DC. You can see right here the locomotives I have available. Hello, Jim, as well. I'm realizing I'm hearing myself on the YouTube page. Yep. Let's remove that. Okay. Hello, Jim. Glad to see you. I know you can't see me right now because I'm switching between seeing me and or seeing the more of the trains, which the trains are always winning. I think in matter. Um, for now, we're gonna see my face, but I'm gonna be running quite a few trains tonight. Some that you saw when I hide my face, some that uh, you may see on the layout right now, maybe like the blue one, oh, the other way around, right there. This one's gonna run tonight for sure. That's my new acquisition from this weekend. We're gonna run all DC. I haven't installed, so I got a DCC chip at the store, but I haven't installed it yet. Today, instead, I installed the some lights and more slot cars, and I filmed everything. So I just need to edit and then publish that video. So that's coming. I will definitely. This annoys me. It's uneven. All right. So that's gonna be part of the layout. The what we're gonna see tonight. We're gonna run slot cars. Maybe not the ones I did some lights to because they're not mine. They're my friend, and I don't want to crash them and break them. Of course, like I said, running a lot of trains, all DC. I'm gonna run my new stuff, like my new engine. Currently running one of my new car, and actually both of my new cars are currently on the layout. You'll see them soon when they come back around. The is gonna be the Shorty IQ box car and the caboose. I also got some N scale stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna show. The cameras are not set up for the N scale stuff, so that's not gonna be shown tonight. But at least I can show the cars. As you can see, I replaced the switch in the back. Well, I added a switch. It's a number 6 switch to make it a much smoother transition. I'm very happy with that. I was able to put back the bridge where I wanted it. That bridge is not fully fixed in yet, but that's going to be there when the layout keeps growing. Other than that, the curve that you don't see very well because I couldn't find any good angle with the camera um, is all laid down. The 2 lanes actually are laid down with nailed in, no glue, but I don't want to put glue yet because I'm changing my mind a lot, so it's easier to remove nails than to remove glue. Um, the slot car track has not changed other than the space. I talked about it in my previous video if you guys saw it. My last video I put out yesterday. The only thing I changed was the spacing underneath so I can run my trucks now, which is great. Other than that, not much has changed. Like I put a lot of work, but it's putting in the track, especially a siding that is electrically insulated. You don't see People don't see it, like it's hard to show it as progress on YouTube, but it's still a lot of work, as you might know if you have your own layout at home. Um, Especially when you really want to be perfectly straight and every joint to be perfect and everything. It can take a lot of time for very little. Um, you don't for very little reward when you're just looking at it. But on the plus side, it allows your train to run pretty smooth. I also partially fixed the piggyback car. It was sitting way too high from the factory. I cut down some of the plastic for the spacer. I actually messed it up. I had to glue back some plastic for the truck to hold, but now it's pretty close to level, but it still doesn't like it when there's an uphill or a downhill, and the transition from easy track to regular track has an uphill and a downhill. So unfortunately, um, sometimes that car uncouples from the other one. But other than that, it's working pretty good. So we're gonna start running stuff. Right now, I'm running the CP rail. I'm gonna let it run a few laps, and I know it's gonna disconnect at one point. I'll just recouple it. Let's hope I see it before it rear-ends itself. If I do, good. If I don't, I'll just fix it. And we're gonna run some cars. And since Kevin was the first in to, well, I don't know if he was actually the first in, but the first one to talk in the chat, he's gonna be the one choosing the first car. And before I do, he does. I'm gonna take all the cars out and let him choose from uh, something he can see. Right? It's hard to choose when you can't see your options. So uh, I'll go grab all my cars that I can run tonight and see which one you want to run. I'll be right back. And yes, I do have my PJs on for to fit the live stream. All right, so I hope you can see them. You can only partially see them. Nice. Congratulations, Kevin. You played yourself. And nice. When I say Kevin, I'm talking about you. I'll go adjust the camera a little bit so you can see it properly. So you should be able to see, yep. And now that you lost half of the layout, I'm going to adjust the other cameras so that we can see the entire layout. And I might be able to fit myself without blocking it. So, so, and I can fit myself here, like this. And you don't need to see me a lot, you just need to see my face enough. There you go. That makes sense now. So this is going to be the view. So now that you see all the cars, yes, I put the truck there because yes, we can run the trucks now. I'm really bad at driving them, but at least they're an option. Um, I hope you can see the layout pretty good. Even though I shrunk the cameras up top, I think it looks neat. I might switch some things around, but that's fine. So, uh, Kevin, if you want to choose a car from the list, I have quite a few options. There's a few cars that, while they look great and run great, you might not see them as well because they're too fast, but they should be good. So the three bottom right to the screen. So the Mustang GT350, the Camaro SS, and the Ford GT are really fast. So they're really fun to drive, but they're harder to see on camera. The Miatas are really slow but really fun to drive, so they're easy to see, but they don't have lights. And the back row, other than the red Supra, which is the flashiest car, they all have lights. So there's two Eclipse, there's an old Datsun Z and a Skyline. Then there's also the three Peterbilt trucks and the dump truck. All options that I can drive. So pick a car, Kevin, and I'll run it for at least a few laps until I crash a few times and I'm like, okay, time to change. One of the Miatas, right on. Do you have a preference, blue or green? They both run about the same. Um, Also, once they run, leave them on the track on the other lane, so they'll look like traffic, just to fill out the play. So that's how we'll know which one has run or not. So if you have a preference in color, say it now. Otherwise, I'll just pick one in the list and I'll run it. Green, please. Of course, my favorite color too. So you pick the right one. They run the same, but I do prefer the green. The other one I call it the blueberry because it's a blueberry blue. Oh. So funny thing is, I cannot see half of the slot car track because of the laptop, but I can see it on the screen, and it's a pretty like there's really very little delay on the main camera, so I can just follow the car on the main screen for for racing on that section, and then come back to the actual track to follow the rest. Oh, I crashed again. Well, it's not a crash. I just slide out because I oh, that spot. So that's a normal dead spot. It's a crossover, and they have no power there. For anyone curious, this yep, this little retractable magnet is quite a quite a fun and useful thing to have. Oh, can you guys see the car well? Or is it not lit enough? I tried to put as much light in here as possible, but my driving is not okay, Jim. No, no, not okay. I know that's not what you meant to say it, but you meant to say, but it's still what it is. I see it well enough. Perfect. I might try to add even more lights, but at some point, the real answer is to add real lighting here. But I'm waiting on my electrician friend to do a proper job of wiring them properly, and he's really busy, so it's gonna take a while. And I know it's simple house wiring stuff, but I want it done properly. And since I have a particularly licensed electrician friend, I'd rather wait for him than to mess it up and you know burn down my house. For now, this will have. gonna. Oh, Holly's there. I'm gonna wait for the train to go by because it's hard to reach with the train there. My God, why am I so bad tonight? Yeah. So the upside to this is when I will get to the cars with lights on them, those lights will shine bright enough that you'll see the cars even better. So unfortunately, these non-lit cars are harder to see, but once we get to the lit cars, and while we don't see the colors really well on the camera, at least you can see the car itself and you can see it go, right? It's just not the color that's very well shown. Like I can show you the color on the more lit camera, which is the one up there. Oh, where is it? Oh, right there. It still looks dark. Oh, because it's. Oh, there you go. There you can see the green. So that's the green it actually is. Unfortunately, even though my LED strips are quite bright in person, even playing with the settings, it still won't show up bright on the camera. It really needs a lot of natural lighting. At least it looks smooth now, and you can actually see what I'm doing. It's not just a slideshow. So that was an upgrade in itself. Quick, before the train comes. Quick, quick, quick. All right, so this car has gone through a few laps, but also so did the train. So since we are, why is it not showing the amount of people? There we go. All right. I will need someone else to choose the next car. We're going to go through cars much quicker than we're going to go through trains, but also we will go back to cars that already ran later, right? We're going to do a lot more swap of cars and trains. So Jim, or if someone new in the stream, Jim wants a tractor trailer. Nice. All right. So I'll put the Miata. I'll put it here as if it's traffic coming the opposite direction, and I'll put a tractor trailer. Let's put the Mayflower one because it has lights in it, and that was from the factory. That wasn't good. So if it's bad, it's not me. If it's good, well, it's still not me, unfortunately. But what will be bad is my driving ability. I think these are quite fun to run around. They really add both to the fun of driving, because racing these, you can't race them as fast as cars. But also, if you're setting up like a car system on your layout with these, they really add to the realism, because they're not just fast cars, they're trucks, they're something you'd see in, depending on the era you're modeling, um, in your era, and they are closer to HO scale than most cars that there is on this on that type of sport car. I actually do have an actual 2 scale trailer. Well, the one on the piggyback, I have 2 of those, and I have, well, three tractor trailers. So I could compare it. I will compare it a little later to show that in size they're pretty close. It's just shorter, but they are shorty trailers. So I would say these are quite distinct. So if anyone new comes into the chat, feel free to comment what train you want to see run next. I have, what you don't see on camera is the blue, up on the other side. On this side, the blue CN engine that's in the back, or I have a full Via train that's ready to go in front of me. It's just not displayed on a, oops, my bad. Closer here, there you go. It's just not on display on the camera there, or I can just run simply another crate. It's really up to you. Any new person could ask for a say right now, I will change it. Oh, my bad. So far, I've done a lot more lap with this tractor trailer than I expected myself to do. Oh boy, the trailer was on 2 wheels and almost got off track. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but it really went for it. Oh, oh, we lost the trailer. So I'm going to use this time to change the train. We didn't get any requests unless one of you guys who's already here wants to see something specific. Otherwise, I will just change the train to something else. I'll just wait a few seconds, a minute, to see if anyone has a specific request in the chat specifically. Otherwise, I will put something else in a minute or two. And don't be afraid to ask for whatever I have. I don't mind switching everything there. It's a few minutes for a lot of fun. So let's see. All right. So since no one has been requesting anything specific, I will simply go ahead and change it to my derail. I will have to take off some of the rolling stock because it won't fit behind the other one. I will I will take a minute to change that out and be right back. I'll swap the view without me because there's no point in seeing my face when I'm not even there. So you won't, since you're not going to see my face. I'm actually going to swap these two. That makes a lot more sense because I can expand that one more. All right, so let's change train to the V rail. So this is going to go in list here. The F7A and B unit. And now I'm going to take out the V rail. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, you can start to see it on the main camera. Oh, you can see it on the top view. The rails coming out. And then I'm going to manually push in the cars in the stopping air, the siding, and then we're going to be able to run the VRL a bit longer. Well, for a little while. Like this, and we're going to put a little bit more speed to the VRL, just to fun experience. I'm going to be on the lookout. Sometimes the last two cars don't quite enjoy the angle of the track where it meets like the bridge and the easy track. It's not a perfect downslope, and the train don't like it that much. Well, these specific cars, and honestly, I don't think the cars have a problem because they run fine otherwise. It's just that track work is just bad, and that's on me. The reason it's like that is because it's a temporary setup. Like I said, I'm working hard on what I know will stay, which is the backside where the double track are and these two straight, but the side where the train where the easy track is, that's temporary, and that's I don't want to waste too much energy on something I know I'm gonna change very soon. So for that reason, I'm just watching my train, make sure they don't actually derail, and I'm just enjoying it as is. Um, I really like using having a siding like this, and I know it looks weird that it goes onto a siding, but that becomes the main line. I just wanted the train to actually, use a switch and not just go through everywhere. So, so yeah, that's the reason it is the way it is. I like it. I hope people like it too, but I'm I'm just enjoying it as is. And seeing a train pass beside another train like this, it's just this looks great and makes fills the layout a lot more. So let's go back to the tractor trailer and let's put my face back in the action. So main view and me. There you go. We'll go back in front of the camera. There you go. And start that. So if any newcomers stop by, just don't be afraid and say hi. Stop by in the chat. Uh, Talk to us. Tell us what you have for a setup. Ask me questions. I don't mind. Don't. I might not go super personal, but just any question about the hobby, either slot cars or trains. If I have the answer, I'll answer. If someone in the chat has an answer, answer it please, because some of you are more knowledgeable than me in many areas. I just want to share my experience with everyone and hope that everyone likes it. So don't be afraid. And if you guys in the chat want me to run something else that's just for the fun of swapping it around for truck, cars, or trains, let me know in the chat. I'm here to discuss with you and or make you guys participate. I want you guys to enjoy this as much as I do. Also, sorry for no music again. I was focusing on the camera setup for this week and completely forgot about it. And honestly, since there's track noise for both the train and the slot car, even if I don't talk nonstop, dirty spot. If I don't talk nonstop, I figure that it would still fill the sound. It's not too dead quiet. I don't want any boring times. So. Oh, my God. I always slow down on the crossover when I shouldn't, and then it stops there and it gets stuck. Oh, accident. I actually almost flipped the truck. That's bad driving from my part. If you'd see a trucker drive this way in the real life, you'd keep yourself very far away from it. Yes. All right, let's go back to business. I think we can see the truck pretty good too, like with flashier colors. Right now, it's on the dark side, but for the most part, especially with the lights. Oh, there you go. All right, so we're gonna choose another car to put on the track now that the truck has done a few successful laps. I might say. Any request from Kevin? I know you enjoyed one of the Miatas. Would you like to see something specific, Kevin? Or if we have a newcomer, feel free to put it in the chat. And, let's see if the chat is plugged on my side or if it actually, because I haven't seen movement in a little while. Nope, it seems to be good. All right, so if Kevin would like to choose the next card, that would be very nice. Oh, oh, oh. I went too fast in the curve. Now I'm stuck. Wow, I'm really stuck. The red one, back row. Perfect. I'll put on the Supra. Give me a second. I'll swap it for you. So let's put the truck somewhere that looks like it's part of the traffic. Somewhere we can see it properly. Alright, so let's put on the Supra. I don't know how well you guys can hear me, but at least since it's a webcam mic, while it doesn't sound as good, it can hear a lot more around the layout. It's not stuck. I'm not stuck to the laptop to talk to. All right. Oh, oh, oh! I slid out. I slid out. Oops. Also, if you guys, or gals, if there are any gals here, want me to change a camera angle to see something better, just let me know. Depending on which one it is, I might actually be able to do something about it. The one on the top right is from the top view. This one I can't really change much about it, but the main one, if I can change it, depending on how much, I can definitely do that. And for the other one, the one in the middle, like right beside me, almost one right there. This one I can definitely change it. The cable isn't super long, but depending on what is asked, I can definitely try. Let's push the car a little bit. This, there you go. Oh, I slid out again. Oh boy, I jumped out now. Oh, and the train is in front of it, so I'll wait for the train to pass. I just tried to capture, when speaking back to the cameras, I just tried to capture every corner of the racetrack and as much train as possible without, you know, being too much. At first, I wanted the middle camera right. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Right there, to be more for the train curve as well. But then I couldn't show the engines that I was willing to run, well, that I have that are usable tonight. So that's why I ended up with that. I could definitely turn it to capture more of the train, but it's really up to you guys. Whoops, that's a slide out. That's the wrong track. Now let's play out. My God. How much of a rush are you? Is it stuck or slid out? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it slid out, I think. Tires are warming up and it's becoming more slippery. Oh my God. Hello, having a good time. Glad to see you here. Um, since you just entered, you're the latest one. I will invite you to choose either the next car or next train. I'm not sure when we'll change it. We'll run this a bit more, but soon we will be able to choose the next thing to run. Probably the next car. I put all the cars that haven't ran yet in the main screen at the bottom. More to that side. Yes, the tractor trailers are there because now it's been modified so it fits. If I can run it, if it's there, it means it will run on the way out tonight. Well, the track tonight. From the trains, so far we only ran the F7 unit that is right there at the back with some freight cars. We have all these engines that can run. We're only doing DC tonight for simplicity's sake because I don't have an easy and quick setup to change everything, and I still only have one engine on DCC. I did get a new decoder, but it's one of those generic, not generic in the sense of the brand, but generic in the sense that it's just a simple decoder for life and the motor, and it doesn't. I didn't install it, and it's not a drop-in decoder. It's an easy, well-tuned wires. So we'll see. I will install that later. I don't know if it's this week or another week, but I will install that. I'm happy that I have it now. The F7 will be getting the decoder first because I have a friend who has a beautiful layout and he wants me to go there to do some operation sessions with him. And he's all DCP, of course, and my F7 would fit more with his layout air up than any other train. So, since this Supra, while it hasn't ran in a long time, but we can come back to it a little later, I will ask you to choose another car. The list of cars that has not ran, as I said, is down below, a bit to the right there. Um, Keep in mind that the three front right ones are much faster, so you might not see them as well as the other ones, but they're very fun to drive. They're just as much fun to drive as the other ones. The ones in the back for the cars, they all have lights, so they're even easier to see. And the trucks, while they don't have lights, being bigger, they're also pretty easy. So having good time. If you would like to choose another car, please do so. If you want, I can name them for you. If you're not sure which one is what, I can easily tell you what it is. I've driven them enough to know which one is which. Oh, hello, Spooner. Glad to see you here. Um, Having good time was just about to choose a car to run on the racetrack, but if he's not sure or if he wants to give his choice to someone else, you will be the next one to choose a car to race. So we'll see if having good time responds in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, you will be the one to choose a car. As I was explaining, the cars at the bottom right of the screen are all available to run, even including the trucks. The three front row on the right are much faster, so harder to see, but a lot more stable. The other cars in the back are all lit, so they're easier to see. And the trucks, while they're not lit, they're very easy to see because of their size. So, since having good time is not answered, Spooner, you are free to choose the next car. Oh, Tim. All right, sorry. I'll call you Tim, of course. I was just going with what I knew. I unfortunately don't know you personally yet. I'm very uh, I'm very open to that. So yeah, Tim. Since it doesn't matter, I will ask Spooner to choose the next car. In the meantime, I will put the Supra dump truck. Perfect. I will do that for you. So the cars that already ran will be on the layout, on the track, so that we know which one has ran and which one hasn't. Um, they also look like traffic, but if someone wants to run them again, I'm very open to that because they're easy to swap. They're very quick and everything. They're quite fun. So the jump truck is probably my slowest vehicle, but my more reliable in terms of electrical pickup because it has double the pickup. I don't know why it's sitting like this. I might need to change its back tires because it's not gripping whatsoever. Nope, it's burning in the rubber instead of going. I'm gonna change the back tire. Give me a second. I have some spares. Let's see if I have any spare that fits. I thought the dump truck was ready to go. Apparently, it decided to not cooperate as well. Oh wow, these tires are that. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. The wheel came out of the axle instead of the tire slipping out. I guess these older cars, the plastic becomes a little bit more brittle when the glue dries out. Let's put new soft tires on it. Oh yeah, this is going to make a big difference in a positive way. Let's hope that this still holds well, and the other side. Let's try to remove the tire without removing the tire. So keep in mind that the back, it's not four-wheel drive as in the all four back wheels are running. Um, the two completely in the back ones are decorative. They're not actually useful. I don't even think they touch the track. They're just there to be there. So let's see how it runs with newer tires. Ah, there you go. Ah, yes, it just needed new tires. These ones were worn out. But as you can see, this one, best electrical contact of all, and I can show you why pretty easily. Other cars only have front pickups. I don't know how well you can see it. This one has another set of pickups at the back, meaning twice the amount of contact. So a much better. It's always connected, even if it hits a dirt, like a dirty patch, or if it goes over the crossover. There's always a spot on the track. This one's from the old US1, Tyco US1 trucking system. That's why it's a little different. It's not made for speed. It's made for just keep it on going like this. So Tim, since you let your turn go for the cars on the slot car track, if you want to do the next train, I will let you decide. Like I said, you can pick from the list to my right. There's all my engines there. If you choose the T unit, I will swap the passenger cars. And if you choose any freight, I'll just put on one of the trains on the front, unless you want a specific piece of rolling stock. So just let me know whatever you wanna run to. Oh, oh, oh! Got a crash. Too much speed with the truck. Crazy trucker went off roading. Nope. Again. Wow. Am I getting bad or is the truck getting faster? That's up to you guys to say. I'm willing to call myself bad, but if the truck's getting faster, it's not my fault, right? It's just getting better and better. Hi, Tim. Another Tim. Glad to see you. I understand you're not staying, but if you want, you can choose a train since I haven't heard it from the other Tim. So if while you're here, you want to choose the next train to run, you can see on the table to my right which train to we have available. So since you're here, you can just say which one you'd like to run. run a car with lights this time. I'm gonna put on the old 280Z has two headlights, so I find it more captivating to watch. So I'm gonna swap out the truck and put the other car. I'll be right back. All right, let's see. Let's see the train with the lights. Oh, the train, the car. Oh, 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 oh. Slid out, slid out. Back on track. All right, have a good one, Tim. It was nice talking to you. Also, if you guys notice, usually the lights blink when it's coming just before the curve. That's me letting go of the gas because otherwise I would run off the track, and I don't want to crash every time. I didn't this time, and you saw what happened. The car went off track. But yeah, the lights are powered by the track, and since that's also an analog system, it it whenever it I need to brake, I need to let go of the gas. The lights turn off as well. Oop, my bad. Oh, that's different. That's me going off track because I'm not braking. All right, let's see. Let's put it back on track and see if we can put another train after. I might put the Blue Devil, my new CN engine. You want? Oh, Scooter wants the BN. Of course, I could do that. Um, I have three Burlington Northern. Do you want the SD4D, the B30-7, or the GP9M? I can definitely do that for you, Scooter. Which one do you want? And it will have a caboose. I have a BN caboose to put it on. Whatever you want. All right, I'll run the SB40 as it's my new Kato engine. Uh, it's not as detailed as the other ones, but it will be very soon. I'm not in the picture actually. It's not as detailed as of right now because the handrails are not painted, but that will happen very soon. That's another one of my projects. I'm starting to get back to my regular projects, as in painting this, adding lights and stuff. And now that I have a functional layout, I'm more okay with taking my time and taking the time to do those side projects as well. So give me a second. I'm gonna take off the V-rail and put the BN on the track. I'll put I'm not sure which rolling stock I'll put, but I'll see. Of course, other than the caboose and one or two pieces of Burlington Northern rolling stock, I'll see what happens. I'll just go whatever happens happens. Alright, so let's put this engine in the roasted roster again. I'll bring the passenger cars to the other side of the layout because that's where I'll put them. and I will be right back with you. So that's actually a point. All right, so let's put the SD40, and let's put the caboose. All right, so that fits nice. And then for rolling stock, uh, what can I do? The tank cars are going to be on for sure. I could put, oh, that could be nice. I could put some grain, some covered hopper behind it. Yes, that could be quite nice. I have a few I could run. Put this one here. Put this one. At this point, I'm almost more used to putting thin scale stuff on try than atro scale stuff, which is strange. No, we might need to buy couplers next. All right, so this is there. I wanted to put some some covered hoppers. I have this here, Brandy. Hey, why am I so bad? Mm, the British Columbia Railway. So for some reason, I thought I had more than two. Well, one Burlington Northern. Oh yeah, I do have one. I have this one. And last ring. Okay. This one first. And this one. Alright, let's run this Kato engine, this Burlington Northern Kato engine. Let's bring color out. Alright, chat. Sorry I was away. Uh, Hi, Colleen. Glad to see you. Uh, yeah, I'll try my best for the trains, the running trains, because the ones on the table are. I can't back the camera back further, so I could put a bit more angle, but then I'll lose the racetrack. So this is if you're. I'm not sure if you were talking about the running trains or the park trains. If it's the park trains, it's as good as it gets. But if it's a running train, I can definitely turn it. So just let me know, Spooner, which one you meant. This. Like I said, if you want, oh, I lost half of my cars. If you want more of the running trains, I can definitely turn it to more to the left, so you can see the outside curve. But for as of right now, this is as good as it's gonna get for the park trains. So there's a technique that I've found where you can use the coupler pins to lock the couplers together. It's not recommended, it's not great for the couplers, but it prevents uncoupling while running. So let's try that. Let's see if that works better. Alright, so kind of the bottom that's coming around. And it lost its cup. I'm not sure which one of the two is causing the issue, so but I believe it's the Rio Grande. I will take out that car and see if it works better. So let's see if that can do a full lap without uncoupling. If it does, then it was a Rio Grande. If it doesn't, then we're going to put back the Rio Grande and remove um, the. That sounds like a fun time wherever you live, Colleen. Unfortunately for you, I hope I hope you don't have a dog that's too scared of fireworks. Um, all right, so coupler thing seems to have been fixed. Um, Colleen, since you are the latest person to come in, you will be the one choosing the next car for the slot car track. The ones in the front bottom right to the screen, which is that way, are the ones that have not ran yet. Um, the four bottom ones don't have lights. The three up bottom right ones are really fast. Actually, there's one of them that have lights. They're really fast, and they're harder to see. But the ones up top have lights, so they're much easier to see, and they're also a little slower, about a little slower than what I currently am driving. So you will choose the next car. You can choose also either of the trucks. They don't have light, but they're easy to see. So it's really up to you which train to run. Not which train, which car to run next. I'll just go fix that one and do a few more laps with it. go. Gotta be big blue one. Alright, that one's Miata. We're gonna run that a little later. I'll do a few more laps here and then we'll swap. And I keep crashing this car. My God. This car is telling me, swap me for the Miata, swap me for the Miata. So I'm gonna have to do that. Alright, so I'll park it to the side, come back quickly. And grab the baby blue Miata. I like to call it the blueberry. I think it's quite funny. Oh, split out. Oh boy. My driving is quite poor with this car. And it's not the car, it's the driver. I can guarantee you that. Any skilled slot car driver would know better than mine. Oh, almost went backwards. Backward down into the cliff. Oh. Oh my God. Why does it slide so much? I know it's the driver, but my God. It has literally zero grip. Yeah, Tokyo Drift. A little bit too drifty for me, honestly. Oh, now it jumped out of the track. I'll go push it back in. Scooter, that's hard to say. It's for per item, like the car or truck or what, or more trains. I would say if I look at this, the engine itself or the piece of rolling stock itself, HO is nicer because of the detailed, most of the time interior, which even though it is a thing in N scale, you can't actually see it as unless you're really looking for it. Meanwhile, HO scale, you can see the interior from afar. But overall, I think I'm gonna have to say I prefer N scale, simply because HO scale takes too much space. Um, Even with a pretty big basement, to my standard, anyways, I feel like I lay down 6 feet of track. I put 4 pieces of rolling stock, and it's full. You you don't have space for long trains or for beautiful scenery with beautiful S curves. 4 foot wide won't get only gets you 22-inch radius, which looks pretty tight on passenger cars. It's like overall layout feel and scale has an upper hand simply by being so small. It gives you so much more possibilities in the same space. It's to the point where I'm rethinking my L shape. I'm still doing the L shape for my HO scale because I don't quite enjoy as much just a loop. And when I say a loop, I mean like an oval. As a figure eight would be better. I'm sure I could rework the layout to fit only in this section and make it fit properly, like more than just an oval. But I don't know, man. Um, it takes so much space for to end up with so little. And like you build kits for the houses and stuff, it's much bigger. It's easier to work on. There's more details. There's quite a few. Oh my God, I'm bad. Uh, there's quite a few options out there that you can do, which makes it a lot more complete. Like I said, more detailed parts, um, more variety of building. There's so much stuff, and the used market is beautiful for HO scale. But when it comes down to the actual layout, I don't know. Um, I do agree with you. If you can fit a big N scale layout into even a small HO scale layout, like a 4x8 sheet of plywood at HO scale doesn't get you far. That same sheet with N scale, you can do something huge with it. Like huge. You have space to do multiple moves with some grades, some skipping the grades. You can do cities. You can do areas. You can do multiple industries. The only problem, switching for N scale, couplers are tiny. So unless you have magnetic uncoupling everywhere, you might have issues with. I know a lot of people. I don't personally know a lot of people, but I've seen there's quite a few people doing switching in N scale. Like it's totally doable. It's just the couplers are so much smaller, so it gets so much more finicky. Also, I do quite enjoy my slot car track, and that's not a thing in N scale. So that's why I have both, because they both offer perks that the other one doesn't. And it's hard to, I cannot choose which one I want, so I took both. Also, sound is much better in HO scale than N scale. I I've noticed that you have to tune the sound because not every company seems to have someone with a good ear on what the model does, but they you definitely have better sound in N scale than in HO scale than N scale. The speaker being bigger allows for lower frequencies to be heard, so it's easier to both have a louder sound and a more deep tone, even though it's still a small speaker, so it's not super deep. It's still much better. But no, if I had to stick to one, I would stick to N scale. But as soon as HO scale becomes an option, I want an HO scale layout. Why did it jump? So now that this one has ran a little bit, sorry, Colleen. I again, like my other cars, they will be available to run back later tonight. I will choose another car, and I'm asking first. I will give a minute for anyone to suggest a car that they'd like to see run. Otherwise, I will just pick one out in the list, and we'll go ahead with that. And this time, the Miata, instead of being on the track with the other ones, this one will have the privilege of riding the freight car. Because I will not land on a car again, I will put it to ride on the train instead. Yeah. What is the brand of the slot car track? This track specifically is all auto world. I started with them. Oops. Uh, I started with them a while back as a starter set, and I've been very happy. Other than the controllers, which are not great, the track has been great to me. So far, so good. The power's great as well. It's at 18 volts, so not the fastest, but it works great. So Auto World for sure. I do have some Tyco pieces, some older Tyco. Auto World sells an adapter track, which is quite useful, honestly. So yes, I do have some Tyco tracks in there. The places where the track seems to be wider, uh, in between the cars, that's Tyco track. The narrower stuff is Auto World. And when I say narrower, I mean the space between the cars, not the space um, between the uh, from the outside of the track. So that's what it is. So If anyone chooses a car, please put in the chat if they want any specific car. I'm very open to about anything. I'm also open to hearing you guys' opinion on N scale versus HO scale. What are the benefits that you guys see and benefits that you guys, well, the benefits you guys see on either scale, which one you prefer and why. I know Jim has HO scale and he's loving it. I know Colleen has started an N scale layout and has been liking it so far, as from what I've heard. But what made you choose your scale, basically, is something I'd like to hear in the chat. Just to have a conversation, right? I want people to interact. I want people to participate. I don't want to be a look at my stuff. Uh, well, that was how I started as well. Colleen, that is how I started. My first layout was on a 2x4 sheet of plywood on my underwear drawer on top of it. It was just there in my room. It was super basic, but it fit, and I could have something. Because, sorry, as a child, I had HO scale, but then when I moved out, I didn't have space, so I left it behind, and I wanted something. After a while, I decided I wanted something, and that something happened to be N scale. I had the Bachman McKinley Explorer starter set, which is an Alaska Railroad. Um, but yeah, if any one of you guys and girls want to explain what they like about their scale, among fitting in their space, like Colleen said, um, if she has a reason, or if you guys out there have any reason why they like their scale or why they wish they went with another scale, uh, go ahead, and you don't have to stick to just N or HO scale. It can go from T scale to G gauge, right? It really is open to whatever you guys want. And since no one has mentioned a car, I will pick another one. Well, that was a great gift, I'm sure, Kev. And I'm sure you like it still, since you've been staying on that scale. Um, when you have something that works for you, I understand why you're not thinking of switching, especially if you like those the pieces of rolling stock you already have. You don't want to switch them and try to find them in the other scale. That is very a very normal way of thinking. Oh, that was a big crash. Um, that would make sense. If it works for you, it works for you, right? I guess that would be what most people do. Is once they get their first scale, they just stick to it unless something happens and they have to change. That makes total sense. But I'm glad people are enjoying their stuff. I hope Colleen's uh, N scale experience has been going good. As as some people say that N scale is too small and finicky, I will switch the camera so that you don't see my chest while I'm making sure the car runs properly. It was running properly not long ago. Come on, you were fine. It's really just that heavy. My God. Okay, that's different. That's elevation change. My God. Just check the that's something new. Let's try that again. Ah, there you go. Oh, that's different. That's mine. That's me. Um, Being bad right now. Really bad right now. Is the camera upright frozen? Nope. Okay. You don't see as much movement in it, so it's hard to tell if it's frozen or just. Oh, I flipped the car. Oh my god. It hit the trucks in the yard. Whoa. The company will have to sue. The insurance will go nuts. That is crazy. Tim. Tim says HO mainly first train set was a transformer train stayed and till I moved to a mobile home, then 4x4 N scale. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 4x4 N scale actually lets you fit quite a lot of stuff. While you might not have a super long straight, you can do multiple shapes and uh, stuff for your layout. And unless you want to do switching mainly for HO scale, I believe this would be actually a much better option. Has this? Do you still have your HO scale stuff stored somewhere, or did you sell everything to go to N scale? Because it can help fund, or some people are willing to do trades as well. So it looks good when it slides out like this, but unfortunately that doesn't get you driving. What the? It slides everywhere. I'm starting to think that the cars are not the problem, and it's all the drivers' fault. It must be the cars. It can't be. It has to be the cars. This like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was more thinking of like early 2000 till now when I'm thinking of availability. Yeah, in the 80s, even from even though N scale technically started in the 60s, up until the 90s, there were very few things available. In the 90s, had a lot more that came on the market, but it was not as good, like not nearly as good, both in terms of details and reliability. But it really came around. Gato came into play in North America, which brought a lot of very reliable stuff, and other brands went ahead and invested in it, and it really showed the difference in detail level and how well it runs. Oh boy, again, another crash in the truck yard. It's getting dangerous out there. So, we're gonna change train. This car is still gonna run. I'm just gonna swap the train. Um, has anyone any train that they would like to see run? I'm just gonna go grab a cup of water and In the meantime, if someone wants to put in the comments what they'd like to see run, I would love to change it to whatever's available, and I'll be right back. Just put in the chat what you want to see run, and I'll swap it for it. All right. Has anyone left a request for a train in the chat? Not really. All right. Well, that's okay. We're gonna put something else. We're just gonna swap the. Uh, actually, what could I put? Oh, because this one's great, but at the same time, something new is always nice. Because I'm sure the Miata's enjoying the train ride, so that's not a problem. Um, what could I put? Hmm. That blue CN is an Atlas Silver Series. I just got it. I'll go grab the box and the engine. Oh, oh, that's the target box. All right, so I'll bring back my camera. Just a second. See, it's me. There you go. So, it's an Atlas Master Silver locomotive. Silver only means that it's a DC unit with a little bit less lights and no sound, obviously. Um, Here is the engine. It's quite nice. It has so many details, including actual little figures of the engineer and the conductor in there. Um, the full interior, everything looks great. The only annoying part is I have no idea how to open it. I cannot find any screws to remove, but it it's not moving, so there are screws somewhere, and I don't want to break anything. I'm not going to yank on it. Um, the two holes underneath are for the box to hold the engine in it. The ditch lights and the marker lights in the front and the back are non-functional. There's no ditch lights in the back of the marker lights. Only the headlights that work, um, which don't get me wrong, quite nice. Also, the number boards are working, but unfortunately, the ditch lights and marker lights are not working, and because that's the DC model, and it has a dummy. It's an 8-pin plug already built in, but the wires aren't ran for, and the LEDs aren't there. I checked the actual engine, what's happening with it, and the only inaccuracy on it is this one has the side window cover, the real one doesn't. Also, the real one, the marking of the front and the back, which is a patch, should not be there. When CN bought Illinois Central, they bought the engine. It wasn't rented anymore from LMSX. Um, but and the patch blew over it, but with a spray can and really badly. So after a few years, it came back, but not completely. This one looks like it was patched afterward by LMSX, which is not the case. But I like it the way it is, so I'm very happy. All right, good night. Spooner, it was fun to see you here. I hope to see you again on next live stream, which should be next week. See you soon. I'll go put that back on the track and I'll run this train on. Give me a second. Alright, so it should go. Remove my empty camera. Play this. Go to the other side to do the switch. Alright, let's push that train to the siding. Making sure that this one's out of the way. This. Switch foot. Good. And left. That seems right. Looks good. Don't know what year it came out. Good to know. I did see screws for the coupler. I didn't think the coupler box would be holding anything, but that would make sense. I will try that, but not on stream because I don't want to break anything. But honestly, if I'm not able to open it without being sure of what I'm doing, I'm really not going to take any chance. I really like that engine, and I don't want to break anything on it. It's pretty sweet, and just overall, I'm willing to sacrifice the ditch light if it means keeping everything else intact. So to answer, that is fine, Spooner. By the way, good question, Jim. I will need to measure because it varies. On the straight, it's just over 2 inch. I think 2 1/4 inch. uh, and but the curves there's a wider spacing. It's 2.5 inch. I just offset where the curve starts, simply because I want it to be as close as possible without being to be as realistic as possible, but without being impossible to run. And of course, the curve with the overhang, especially at the length of many of the cars, like mostly passenger, but some freight, um, it needs wide curves to with the overhang. So that's why there's more spacing in the curve than on the main line. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're really open to do some operations. It's still finicky to be this close. If you want, you can put if you didn't put a wider spacing, go 2.5 on straight, and maybe 2 3/4 if you have tight radius, even 3 inch in between. When I say in between tracks, I mean from middle to middle. Uh, it's much narrower than that if we're really measuring the actual gap. But from track to track, from center of track to center of track, it's 2 1/4 to 2.5 inch spacing. That's that's about how much it is. Like I said, it's nice and it looks nice, but if you have tight corners and you don't want to stress about it, having more than that would be a more beginner friendly option. Uh, so it took me 12. So that took me. Yeah. Kado is, as much as it is beginner friendly, it's also advanced user friendly in the sense that you can do a lot and a lot and a lot of things with Kado Unitrack. It's not like it can do the basic on the kitchen table oval, like it can do some very advanced stuff with piers and the bridge system it has and everything. If you want, if you want my first recommendation, it would be to get yourself the, oh, what's the name of that kit? They have a kit that's basically a figure eight with, but it's a bridge that goes over and under. It's really fun, really nice, single track all around, and it lets you really enjoy the uh, like seeing the train go over a bridge and everything. It has all the piers. It really clicks together well, just as easily as your Kato, because it's Kato Unitrack, right? But it's more rigid, so it doesn't sag or anything, and it really it really adds to it. And if you have a switch or two, you can easily have two ovals with it, and a single power pack would power the two ovals. Just make sure that the Unitrack switches are set to continuous with power, or you can get a Cardo power splitter and have multiple um, feeders to your track, and it's just going to work just as easily. There's quite a few ways to expand those sets and just enjoy them. So I actually want to go add a car to my current train, and then I'll be right back with uh, right back running the slot cars. All right, so I actually picked up two box cars, two high cubes. I wanted I want to add them to the current train. One is nice, but three is nicer, and I'll just wait till the engine comes through and put these on. All right, so let's push this one back. Put the little one in between. I've never seen these 40-foot high cubes in person. I have no idea what they run, what they bring, but I do find them quite neat. I really like them, so I'm glad I have them. If anyone in the chat has an idea of what these 40-foot high cube cars bring, I would be very interested to learn. Um, just put in the chat and I'll read it as soon as it comes up and see. And because I'm all about learning about the hobby. I love running trains just as much as I love learning about it. Also, before I start running the slot cars, this, oh right, I don't have my face on the live stream. So this is the Digitrax decoder I got myself. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it right there. It's a little blue rectangle behind there. Um, it's a pretty simple decoder. It has a lot of options actually. If you look at the back graph, um, it's going to be nice. Like I said, this decoder was purchased because I really want to do. I really want to do my F unit in VCC to be able to run more than one train now, since I can with my VCC setup. So I'm excited. I want to put more than just one decoder in one engine. I want to convert almost all my engines. But since even though these are cheaper decoders, they're still not free. I will have to take time to buy one at a time. So let's go back to slot cars. Oh, wait, my bad. Oh, it flipped upside down. Alright, so this one will also get a ride on the train, and we will choose the next car, which will be, which car will it be? Container did not make sense. Gondola is full, so I can't put it on the train. Alright, it'll be on layout. On the layout. Alright, I'll put it, I'll put it here as well. Alright, so next car is going to be the Skyline, because everybody, well, not everybody, but many people loves a good Skyline. Ah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That's good information. Thank you, Kevin. Full of points. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Since those boxes can be quite high and quite heavy, there's limitation on how much you can fit for this set of truck. That's good to know. And this is a real Tokyo drift car, Colleen. In in the big loop, when it doesn't slide out like this, I can get it to slide the entire. That would make sense, Kevin. But yeah, this one I can make the entire helix drift. I can make it drift the entire helix. Oh, I'll go fix that right now. I wonder, I would need to Google that myself. You're not my personal Google assistant, Kevin. You really don't have to. But I wonder if there's a lot of those high cube 40-foot boxcar out there or not, because I And I don't mean the models. I mean like the how many are actually on the railroads, because that is pretty modern. Um, but of course, they're not. There isn't many. Oh, out of power. Many factories where I live, so that might be the only reason why I don't see them. So I wonder if they are popular in the states where they would be. So if you don't want to, Kevin, you really don't have to Google it yourself. I will do it afterwards. I was just I'm just making discussion at this point. Oh my god, why am I so bad tonight? Oh, my bad, my bad. Quite a good handler, that Skyline. Even when I'm not the greatest driver, this one seems to stick on the road pretty well, which makes it more fun. Of course, as I'm saying this, I crash. Well, not crash, but go off road. Alright, so does anyone has any request for either a car or a train? I know I just changed both, but I want people to enjoy this. So if you have a request for either a car or a train that you prefer to see over which train, I mean, just let me know and I will gladly change it. If not, well, I'll keep running them by a long. Oh boy. I'm bad. I'm real bad. I'll just switch to the main view without. There you go. Not bad. Not so. You know what else I forgot? To put a caboose behind the CN engine. I have one. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but it's still a caboose. What am I doing not running a caboose? Huh? What am I doing? Oh, wait till it's that. Put it on that. And we'll stop the engine. And caboose in the back, and we'll see the train go with its caboose. That's quite a long train there. That's a little too fast. There we go. And the cart is stuck on the speck of dust. So, sorry, I missed your question, Tim. For the question of do I have to hardwire those in or are they DCC ready? If you're talking about the ditch lights for the blue CN, unfortunately, I will have to wire those in because while there's still a spot for it and there's also a spot for a speaker in it, it didn't come with it. It came as a blank slate. But and that I'm going according to the sheet that it came in the box with. It might be wrong. I bought it used, so maybe the previous owner did add it, but took out the recorder before bringing it back. I don't know. But what I do know is that according to the exploded view, there is no LEDs for the ditch lights and the marker lights, but there is a spot for them, so I will need to wire those in manually. But if you are talking to my DCC, um, my decoder I bought, that will be a hardwire decoder that I will need to do myself, since unfortunately this is for an engine that is not DCC ready. It's an Athearn Blue Box, which an Athearn ready to roll, but it doesn't have any port plug in it. It's just I will need to hardwire it. Sorry, I missed your question. I don't know how I missed it. Whoa! It hit the truck. I'll be right back. Should be good. Should be good. I will put the truck somewhere else because the tires are much wider on it, and that's why it's hitting. Um, I will put a car there just for make sure it's not empty. I don't like it when it's empty. This this one's not as wide. That way, my car will have more space when it runs. Yet it'll still have traffic on the track. Oh, oh, oh. I will wait for the train to finish, and then I will be able to grab the car. There we go. How did I drift so far? That car is out of the way. is not great. Ooh, hit everything and went off track. All right. So let's put something else. Let's put one of the faster cars on there. I'm thinking, why not the Mustang? This one has lights as well, and looks great, even though that one's body is a little bit more beat up because I'm not a big driver. Um, let's put this car line right here. Let's grab the Mustang. Quite a fast car, this one. And go. Whew. Yep, like I said, it's a little bit more beat up because I'm a bad driver. And it's quite a fast car. Whew. Almost hit the train. Where is it now? Where did it go? Oh, it's parked beside the trucks. It wants to be a truck. Sorry, Mustang, you can't be a truck. Whoa. Now it's on top of the truck. It really wants to fly. What is this? Look at this. It's it's on top of everything. My God. This car is quite an adventure. Will we be able to land on a train car again with this car? I don't think it was this car that I did it with last time, but the way it's going, it might end up on top of the train. Whew. Wow. All right. So it is 10:05 at my time. Since it's a pretty quiet night, I will say this will be the last call. If anyone has a specific train they want to see run or a specific car they want to see run for the slot cars, let me know. This will be the last call for tonight, and then we'll go on our merry way. So just put in the chat whatever train you want to run tonight, and we'll go ahead and run that. So in the meantime, I'll keep running what I currently have. Where did it go? Oh my God! Almost on the track. Let's move off to another car. What card did I run tonight that could be nice? I could run the other Eclipse. I know it sounds redundant, but being a completely different color is still different. Oh, a lot more. Let's put this one on the back straight. Right there. Shit. I will be right back, folks. I always thought the fountain would be the one to give me issues, and turns out it was just me all along. I was the issue. I had to drop my water on the layout. That was full and now it's empty. I thought being out of the way like this would be fine, but turns out it was worse. So, on that jolly note, I will might end the stream right now and clean up my mess because yeah, I messed up real bad. How bad is it? Oh, it's humid, but it's not wet. Fountain's a little. And now I'm moving the cameras. Nice. Yep. How was that? That's not too bad, actually. That's fair. That's fair. I guess it's a party now, unfortunately. And at least it's not an oil spill, it's just a water spill. An oil spill would be much more devastating. And it was just water, no sugar, no nothing. So that was not the worst thing that could have dropped on the layout, I guess. Me and my mistakes. I hope the wood recovers properly because I don't want to have to redo that bench work, but if I have to, I will. Alright, so let's see if it still works. It should work. I mean, it didn't fry anything, it didn't fall onto anything that was electronic, it's just on wood. think I will have to end the stream. The water has been contained, but I don't know what else to do. Honestly, I don't want to push my luck or my limit anymore. I guess, I mean, I could still keep on going. It's just, I don't feel like it's a proper experience. I mean, it's fine now. I picked it up. Well, taking it off. It's gonna dry. Well, whatever's left, the wood's gonna dry, but everything else is fine. I guess I could keep on going. All right, so for for the train, I'll just keep this one going, and for the car, I'll just do one last car, and then in a few minutes, we'll call it a night and see what happens. Oh, slid off to the other track. I'll wait till the train's done passing, and then I'll go grab it. And I'm now noticing that my camera's about to fall off. That's going great. There you go. Back on track. Oh, that's it. Why did you stop? Power's going through, everything's fine. That's not a problematic spot. Please work. Come on. Okay, that's a more normal way to behave. Oh, so we'll call it in about 5 minutes, and we'll see each other on the next stream next Monday. And, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you have any other question or request, not too late, and I can extend the stream if someone wants to see something run for a while. I have no problem with that. Just put it in the chat, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I crashed and went sideways. If you guys have any requests for next week's stream, what you'd like to see, or simply what you'd like to see run, also leave it either in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. I will gladly set up whatever is requested, if it's the tiny end scale setup, bigger end scale setup, or you want to see do something different. I'm open to the idea. I can even stream me playing one of my video games like Railroads Online. That could be fun as well. I'm very open to whatever you guys would like to see. Just leave leave either a chat or a comment on the video, and I will respond and try to make it work. Oh, wow, I jumped off. That was unexpected. Let's see if the magnet works. Oh, almost. I can feel it want to grab, but doesn't have enough bite because the metal part is under the car. The plastic's a really good insulator. Let's see if I can flip the card to grab it, or I'll just go grab it before I make another spill. We've seen what happens when I try to do something extravagant. Right. Oh God. Yep, this is the card telling me to end the stream. So it was quite nice to see everyone. Thank you all for coming. Again, this is really appreciated. I hope we get to keep going for a while longer, and I don't mean tonight. I mean in general. Do more streams. I'm trying to get back into making regular videos because it seems to be a easier way to consume on YouTube, and more people prefer that, and I understand. Um, it's really up to. So yeah, just good night, all. Happy Victoria Day to everyone. I think that's mostly in Canada, so to all Canadians, happy Victoria Day. To all non-Canadians, happy Monday night, and see you next week. Good night.